If you a couple who just started a business together and you and your partner at each other's throat, irritated, right, agitated with each other. Remember those days, babe?
Yeah.
Listen, then this episode is gonna be for you, right? Because listen, most couples don't fail in business because they don't like each other. They fail because they try to bring their marital relationship inside the business. And see, we get ready to talk about that today, baby.
Right.
Welcome back to another episode of The Married Life. You ready to do this?
Let's do it.
Listen, man, I'm one of your hosts, FL, your life coach, right? And this is my boo thing. What's your name, babe?
Chandra.
And this is the Married Life Podcast, good people, where we slow things down, recognize our patterns in the relationship, right? Regulate our body through it, right? Get a new revelation, build a new rhythm around that revelation. So we can do what, babe?
Fly.
So we can fly together, good people. Listen, today, man, we got a great episode for you today, good people.
Yes.
We talk about entrepreneurship in marriage, right? And what that really looks like. Because when we first started that, woo, yeah, it wasn't pretty. So listen, if you a couple who already started a business together, or you a couple who's thinking about starting a business together, this episode is for you. Do not scroll. Stop scrolling and watch this episode because we get ready to have an open conversation. So listen, man, before we get started, I want to say this. Business don't just expose your strategy. It exposes your identity. Okay. Now let's get into it. Let's get into it, babe. Let's get into it. What's this first part, man? We just gonna talk about the beginning. You want me to start or you?
Yeah, no,
So we gonna talk about the beginning, good people. In the beginning, when we first started our business, man, I wrote down here, man, we was young. We didn't know what the hell we was doing. You know, I came from it. Like I said, I came from entrepreneurship. I saw it from my mom and dad, from my grandmothers. You can go back to those other videos and watch those other videos. So I saw the structure, the work ethic, right? But I never saw I saw my mom and dad's dynamic in it, but I never learned about that dynamic. Let me say it that way. Just because I saw my mom and dad work together, I didn't really understand the roles and what it really took to work together, right? So in the beginning, I had that follow me mentality because we was heavy in the church. Go back to those deconstructing videos. So it was, her opinion mattered, but in the end, I'm gonna do what I do. Y'all know how that is. So just talk about a little bit, babe, how it was for you in the beginning when we first started. How that really felt. You not coming from a background of entrepreneurship and having a background of accounting and different structure to that nature. How did that feel for you when we first started?
Well, I was learning from scratch pretty much. I mean, because like you said, I didn't come from, my family were not entrepreneurs. When I say my family, my immediate family, my mother, my father, my grandparents were not entrepreneurs. But I've seen it, in other family members. My aunts and uncles had businesses, but like to know how to really run a business, I had no clue what I was doing. And so, it was a lot of trial and error. And then, the accounting background, I mean, that definitely helped. But, just working together, that was a whole new dynamic.
No, it really was working together every day.
Every day.
Not
nonstop.
Yeah, that's a little different. Right. Go ahead, keep going.
I mean, that's really like, that's a lot of it right there. Just, I was trying to feel my way around, first of all. Then, I don't know, how long were we married before we started?
Man, we was only married probably like 3 years maybe before we started that cleaning business. Maybe 4. No, it was longer than that.
Your time frame is like, I think we were like,
we got married in 99.
I think we were like 28 when we started the cleaning business.
So we got married in 99.
Yeah.
And so we started that, was it 20? It was 06 when we started it. Yeah, it was 06 when we started the cleaning business. So like 7 years after we got married. Yeah. So my bad, my time frame be told. She always
his time frame be on a whole nother level.
She like, babe, your time. yeah, 06.
Yeah, we'd both had jobs up until that point. Yeah. But you had more experience seeing it, from your family.
Yeah.
And I was like entrepreneur, what is that?
Yeah, right. No, so we really had to merge that. Like she said,
Oh
we
yeah.
was just stumbling around in the dark. Even though I saw it, I didn't see the back end of it.
Right,
Right,
yeah.
right. You can see something up front, but then don't really realize what it really takes to
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
Right. So I wrote this down before we get to the tension part.
Right.
Right. So a lot of couples don't realize love alone don't build structure. Right. So y'all can really like each other, like hanging out with each other, but that ain't gonna build a business, good people. That is not going to build a business. You're going to have to put some structure around that and figure that out. So listen, this next part, man, we want to talk about is the tension, right? So this is the real, this is the part to where, it was blurred roles. I wrote down blurred roles, that husband-wife energy inside the business. That shit don't work, good people. Ask wifey, that don't work. That husband and wife energy I wrote down, emotional conversations instead of business conversations. Y'all know what I'm talking about? So let's just touch on a little bit of these real quick.
Those lines got blurred real fast.
Real quick. Why? Because, like I said, the head of the household mentality, right? We was heavy into church at that time. So a little bit of that thinking was spilling over into the business, right? Wifey has an accounting degree. Her roles wasn't defined. My roles wasn't defined. So I'm the husband. So we go into conversations and I feel, well, she give her opinion, but I'm like, in the end, I'm going to do what I think is best. That don't work, good people. You can't do your business partner like that. You can't do no business partner or partner of yours like that because they don't feel heard. They don't feel seen. So talk about a little bit for you how some of those lines was crossed and how the tension kind of built up is making you feel unheard. Because I know that was a big thing for you. Sometimes you felt totally unheard. So just kind of talk about that a little bit.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's like, you're the idea person and I'm the finance person. So it's like, you come to me with these ideas, I want to get them started immediately. And I'm like, whoa, we can't do that right now. We're just getting started. We don't have the budget right now. So that was probably, and then I'm trying to talk to you like you're my husband.
Yeah, right.
And so that's not going very well. I mean, just so we just had to really learn those things like, okay, how do we communicate as business partners and not husband and wife?
Yes.
So that was a learning experience.
That was the big learning experience. And then the thing that set it over the top, though, we gonna tell this story. Okay. This is an emotional story.
I'm trying to remember what
the story. Oh, I'm going to tell you. You about to remember when I started going into it. So this is what set it over the top, man. We had got into our cleaning business. It was going good. We had 12 accounts at the time, right? But we was the only ones cleaning them. Wifey had a women's ministry she was doing. So most Fridays she would come help me after she got done with the women's ministry that she had, and then we would finish knocking out the rest of the building. Well, this particular Friday, I don't know what happened with the whole thing. It ran over. I was only on my 8th building, had like 4 or 5 more buildings to go. It's like 11 o'clock at night. Patience running thin. I'm irritated. I'm agitated. I'm ready to go home. I've been on my feet all day. And man, we just had a big blow. You remember that now? So talk a little bit about that, what that did for you too, because I mean, for me, I knew at that point we couldn't continue business as usual, right? But I don't know what that sparked for you. So just talk about from your end what that kind of did or shifted for you in that moment.
I mean, I don't know. It was probably just pretty much emotional for me at that moment. Like that was a lot trying to wear a lot of hats in one night.
Yes.
I mean, for me, like trying to start the women's ministry, get it going, really put everything I had into that when I was there, and then getting a call from you while it's going on and you're angry.
Yeah.
That just was woo.
And when I say angry, I don't mean a little angry, good people. Yeah. I mean very angry. Like, and it wasn't her fault. It wasn't nobody's fault. It's just we didn't define the roles, right? Like I said, we didn't understand true business partnership, right? We tried to bring our marriage relationship, our ministry relationship over into business.
Mm-hmm.
And that don't work. And so that was the tension, right? So yeah, man, I remember that night like yesterday. Because it was really a big shift in me because I told myself after that night, we can't continue as usual and I have to change. Because I don't ever want to see that look on her face again.
Right.
When I saw her that night, man, I just felt bad, good people, because I didn't mean for it to come out like that. But when you're frustrated or you burnt out or you feel like you carrying too much, right? That's what I wrote down here. Fear of hiring people, all that stuff in the beginning, you don't know it, right? If nobody teaches you that, you don't know it, man. So that was our big tension moment, right? So I wrote down this. Sometimes growth don't feel like growth. It feels like internal pressure. That's why I keep talking about them growth spurts, good people. Yeah. And in that moment, we was really growing. Right. Because we had to make a decision. Like I said, we had 12 accounts at that, and we was trying to clean them all. Right? That don't work. So in that moment, we was really going through a growth spurt, but I didn't have language for it. So I just it just came out like that. So now we just want to talk about the shift. So now that we identified the pattern during that time, and I said no more, then the shift actually came. So I wrote down, then the revelation came. Y'all hear me say that? You can't get a new revelation without regulating, right? So we had to regulate through that night. And that didn't look pretty all the time. So now that we regulated and the revelation came, just talk about what changed. You know how we I think we start hiring people. We got more clarity about. So just talk a little bit about that.
You know, hiring people was a big thing for us, and then just continuing to recognize what not patterns, what position we have really within the company. You know, he's great with people. I'm not going to go out there and try to gain clients.
Yeah.
I am an introvert and I do not talk well to people. So, but just hiring people, getting more clear on what did we want our business to be? How did we want it to look? What did I want to continue doing? What did he want to continue doing? Those were the things that we had to really talk about and get clear on within ourselves first and foremost, and then come together and make those decisions. What are we going to do? How are we going to hire people?
No, that's true. Wifey giving y'all the sauce. That's true. Like she said, we clearly start defining the roles. So I mean, what she said is true. Ain't no need to repeat it, but that's what we did. We clearly defined the roles, right? I'm the visionary, like she said. So she put me out in front. She does all the behind the scenes, HR, accounting, payroll. We clearly started to define those roles, good people. And we hired a business coach.
Oh yeah.
That was the best, what, 10, how much was that? 7, 8,000? What was that? At the time, it was very expensive because we
was
$600
or $700 a month for 12 months.
12 months. Yeah. So at the time, that was like a big deal for us, right? That was like a $7,000 investment. But it was the best $7,000 or whatever it was that we spent. Yeah. I mean, shout out to Jennifer Howard, baby, the business coach. I mean, it was because she helped us define those roles.
Right.
Chandra did this. I did this. Oh, I was like, oh, this is how this really supposed to go.
Right.
Oh, this is how this really, and she helped us really define, keep your marriage outside the business. That don't belong in a business relationship, right? Even though y'all might be best friends and partners, this is strictly business. So I started to respect her strengths. She started to respect my strengths, right? And it started flowing. So I wrote this down. Our business grew when our roles got clear. That's just the plain and simple. When we got clear on that, the business grew, right? So now we just want to talk about the reality, man, right? So this is the reality, though, that most people miss that I want you to hear. Most couples try to bring relationship dynamics into the business. This is like my third time saying this because I want you to really hear this, right? So this is what happens. You can't. No. You can't. You can't. Because you know why? You start feeling a certain way.
Right.
Because now you bringing what's happening at the house into the business. She was the CFO, the HR. So now I'm salty at her. She's trying to tell me a business decision about we don't need to spend that money. Well, I'm gonna do it anyway because I'm salty. You got to
No.
separate that, good people. You can't do that.
Right.
You can't do that. So just talk about a little bit about the reality, like I said, uh, just unclear roles sometimes, lack of the difficult conversations, because that's the reality that's really happening. The roles are not fully defined. You don't have the difficult conversations, right?
Right.
If your partner's telling you and they're over something and they're saying, hey, we don't have the budget for that, you got to listen to them.
Right.
So just talk about that a little bit, you know?
I mean, like more than what I did.
Yeah,
Really?
well,
Like,
just talk about like the reality of the frustration. Like when you was telling me that, the
yeah, I
reality of you
think
being frustrated.
well, and it's not even frustrated. It's like he comes with a. It sounds urgent when he speaks. Sometimes it sounds like we got to do it. We
Me?
have to do it now. There is no waiting. And I'm like, I get frozen in those moments. I'm like, I don't know how we're going to do this right now. So that's probably like for
Yeah.
me, one of the biggest things is like, learning how to deal with, even though he's saying it, he doesn't mean it in an urgent way. And I
Yeah.
had to learn that, like, yeah, he's saying this, but he doesn't literally mean we got to stop what we're doing and do this right now.
That's real.
And so, that is one of the ways that he talks, but, he doesn't mean it like that. And so I had to dial back, on, okay, this is not what he's saying this, but this is not how he's really meaning it. He's not meaning do it immediately,
Yeah.
So we had to have those conversations a lot in the beginning, okay, this is how I'm feeling when you're telling me this, because this is how it's sounding to me. You're coming at me like, whoa, we got to get this done. And, we just don't have it. So, just really honing in on, learning how he speaks and him learning how I speak, or how he receives something and how I receive something when it's stated, that's a very big part of it.
No, man, that's a big part. That's why I wrote down your partner doesn't have to be good at everything to be valuable in the business, right? They don't have, like she said, you got to learn the roles.
Right.
Y'all do something extremely well that the other person don't do. She do something I do. I mean, she does something extremely well I don't do, and vice versa. You just got to learn the roles, good people. So we're going to give y'all some practical steps. So here are the practical steps. If y'all going through this right now, man, and y'all trying to figure this out, but y'all know y'all want to start a business together, or y'all already started a business together, right? Here goes some practical steps that you can do this week. Number one, recognize what they need to recognize, babe.
You need to define your strengths, each other's strengths. Define your own strengths. She defines hers, he defines his.
That's real talk. And then y'all bring that together. Then y'all got to regulate. Don't make emotional business decisions. Dysregulate it. And don't bring your marriage relationship in the business, right? You got to regulate yourself so you can make regulated business decisions together.
Yes.
And then that third part, revelation, what they supposed to do, babe.
You gotta, really kind of just respect what each other brings to the table.
That's
as
it.
far as business. Again, it goes back to the strengths. Respect the strength that each other has and work together.
That's it. That's it. And then y'all got to build a rhythm around that. Together, good people. Y'all see me with my notes. Y'all already know, man, I'm a weak note person. Listen, y'all got to build a rhythm around that. Weekly talks, right? Regulated business conversations, not relationship conversations in business, right? So y'all got to build a rhythm around that, and then just keep redefining that. Put it on repeat mode.
Get that structure set up. What is your structure? And, even if you have to go over that every time you talk, go over it every time you talk.
And that's it. And see, listen, y'all already know we entrepreneurs. That's why I built the products, good people. Structure. What I always tell you, I had the gift, but I didn't have structure around it. So some of y'all out there right now, y'all know y'all's gift. Y'all got the gift, but ain't no structure around it. Click that link. My Use It or Lose It 6-part audio series plus workbook is going to help you put structure around your gift so you can start really stretching out on it. Or you might just need a money reset, right? $7 money reset regulation. I still use that to this day. We still use it. It's going to help you retrain your nervous system for the level of money that you want to make. Because if your nervous system don't feel safe, you might as well forget about it, good people.
Yeah.
So listen. Couples, if y'all in that business, right? Y'all starting that business. Listen, if your relationship feels off while you're building something together, you ain't failing. Maybe it's just a growth spurt and y'all just gotta figure each other out. Right? Y'all can build it together. You looking at it.
Right.
Every business we done ever done, we done it together.
Exactly.
But that first one, the cleaning business, it was some growing pains.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was some growth spurts. So we just saved y'all probably 5 to 10 years of heartache right here on this video, baby. So yeah, so listen, hit that subscribe button, comment and share what part of this video hit you. Share it with somebody who needs to hear it. And then every Tuesday, 2:30, brand new episode drops, right? And then how do they reach out to us, babe? We want to hear from you.
The THA Married Life 23@gmail.com.
That's it, man. We want to hear from you. Email us your questions. We'll come on live and answer them. We want to hear from you. Anything else you got to say, babe?
Nope.
She like, no. Listen, good people. Listen, if you and your spouse are already building or thinking about building, y'all can do it. But you just got to get clear on your roles. So listen, man, until next time, until the next episode, listen, we want y'all to have a great Tuesday and tap in with us every Tuesday at 2:30. This is the Married Life Podcast. And we out, baby.
Bye.
Dare to be you.